Yeah.
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 Yeah. Pretty good.
And personally, everybody's okay? You saw this coming or not?
What the?
With the extended online classes?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping until third semester.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to start with that a little bit because I mean the holidays gave me the chance to do some research, and basically I came to several conclusions, and I can maybe visualize it a little bit with this one. This is I possibly you have seen it already. It's it's a coronavirus who is dedicating a song to all those people that didn't believe in me when I was getting started. And I mean, it's very ironic and it's even somehow funny, let's say. But that's what it really is, you know. Think about it. All of us, who would think some months ago that this would be as serious as it is, and it really is. And this brings me to the next thing. I think it's really time that we start accepting this in our lives and make the best out of it. Okay, not to be pessimistic or anything, but it's here, guys, and it's not going to get going to be gone soon, let's say. I mean, if you look at the numbers, I mean, you just have to go very simple. There are several sources. You have the Worldometer, and then this is possibly one of the more reliable sources, as well as of the Organization. If you look to what's happening, I mean, look just at the statistics. I mean, they are way higher than any point in last semester, you see. So even if you look to the Americas, I mean, it's the strongest presence here in the Americas right now. So I think we have to find a way to live with this, you know, because it's not going to get away soon. Also, I want to tell you that have you somebody seen the news about in Vanguardia, more specific news about Mexico? That what did Riquelme say? Have you heard what Riquelme said? The governor of Coahuila. He said like 2 3 days ago that he en español descarta la posibilidad de regresar a clases en 2021. I don't really know what that means for tech, but I just tell you the truth, you know. I don't want to be positive or negative about things, but I think you have to be well informed and putting all the pieces together. So we'll see how this goes. I really hope that we can go back to campus at a certain point in this semester, but we have to seriously consider the possibility that it's not. And I think it's not. I mean, we can adapt. We did well last semester. I hope we can do even better this semester, and let's go for it. Okay. Um, what will we do this semester? So welcome everybody. I'm really glad that you're all here. There is just I really liked our classes of last semester. The only thing that I would like to change a little bit is that we put a little bit more the camera on, because especially in the end of last semester, there was more people with the camera off than on. And so I really, Ivan, thank you, Guillermo as well. I think it's nicer that we try to do a good balance of keeping the camera on, and then now and then we can put it off if we're doing works or class activities or whatever. Okay. So that's the first thing I would like to ask, because I think we are better connected if all the cameras are on. So Vanessa, Tamara, I don't even know anymore how you look like. So that's why I would like to see you. That we know that I know who you are. You know. Okay. Um, Before we start with the introduction of the class as well, is there anything you need help with? Everything is all right with your other courses, because you also know that I'm the director of the multicultural program and of languages. Everybody's inscribed fine. Nobody has any issues with anything. If you have, you can always come to me and we search a solution, because everything that is not okay, we should fix it this week, okay? Because later is not possible. Okay, no, okay. Soju, are you there? Tamara, Vanessa, Valentina? Please put your cameras on. Ah, Oliver, yeah, that's how you looked like. And Valentina, yes, I also remember you. Vanessa, you look great too. Soju, good. And Tamara, are you there too? No, Tamara is okay. So maybe she comes a bit later. Okay, so what are we gonna do today is first a small welcome. We already did that. I just want to give you a reality check about the coronavirus. I also did that. Is there somebody who wants to tell something about this? What do you think about all of this? No? Okay. Anyway, I will keep you up to date because everything that has to do with disease, it goes really hand in hand with this course, of course. And I really hope that you will enjoy this course because the name of this course is Health and Society. Okay. And I think this is something that even if you're not interested in, it's going to help you throughout your whole life. I mean, we're going to see the whole human body. We're going to see I'm going to teach you as much as possible to how to live a healthy life, and that's the part of health, you know. But the course is called Health and Society, and I really like the name of this course because it really is what it is, you know. We think very often that our health has nothing to do with society, but it has everything to do with society. I mean, what you eat, how you behave, social environment, all of these things, they affect you in a way stronger way than you think. And especially Mexico, as we will see when we go through all the systems, you will see that it really, your health, to say it with other words, your health even depends on where you live. It depends on the country you live. It depends on the culture you have. It even depends on the ethnicity you have. Okay, so Emilio, you have a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. I don't remember where I read this, but if you don't socialize as a human being, it can affect your mental stability, right?
Yeah,
Like it can provoke death and something like that.
definitely, Emilio. You're absolutely right. I mean, a lot of health issues are related to people that don't feel well in their body, or they don't they're not well in their social environment. And to give an example, this is really nice about tech, you know, because what tech is doing is the last 2 3 years, our institution is giving a lot of attention to emotional health. So think about your tutors and think about the things you do with ruler. I mean, when I was younger, and even when my parents were younger, I mean, feelings were not discussed. And this is a big mistake because there's very smart people that never come to their full potential just because they were not dealt correctly with, you know, they have some traumas, some emotional issues. Maybe his father beat the person. There's a lot of things that affect you in being healthy. And being healthy is not only being healthy in your body, it's also being healthy in your head. And it becomes very complex. I mean, it's just beginning this, in fact, this emotional health. And you all know that. I mean, there is not really, you don't go to the doctor um, for being for feeling down or something, but you all know instinctively that, for instance, if somebody is really sad for a very long time, period, for a very long period, that this person is way more likely to get ill. You even know that if somebody has the will to live, they can last for way longer. But if somebody gives up the will to live, they automatically die. It's really what spirit and brain and emotional health has to do with our body. They're very connected, and one influences the other way more than you think, and we don't understand everything yet.
Teacher, did you
Yes.
see there was this study on death row prisoners, and it was like serum. They
Yeah.
injected them and said, "Oh, this is like the lethal injection. You're gonna die in 10 minutes," and they died, even though it was like normal serum.
Yeah, it's true. It's people, the placebo effect. I mean, they really died, Emilio. I didn't know about that study, but I really believe you. If you can, you can, you can affect greatly your health just by changing your emotional status. I mean, there's also these stories about, for instance, an older couple. It was in the newspaper in Belgium. For instance, they were married for 50 or 60 years. I don't know. They were really old, and then the wife died of the man, and the man just died several hours later because he didn't want to continue. And if the wife would have stayed alive and she wouldn't die, then maybe they would have lived another 3 4 years, you know. So it's very interesting, this, and it's good to start this course with, because I think it's super important that from the beginning we realize this, that you cannot fix things with a pill. That if your kidney is bad, you take a pill and the kidney is healthy, or if your heart is bad, you take a pill and the heart is okay. You have to do more than that, okay? And that's where society comes in. And our society is, to say at least, very complex for everybody. It's really hard to live in the society that we created for ourselves for many different kind of reasons. I mean, it's not the topic of today, but think about Tec de Monterrey. I mean, you have to perform. If you don't have good grades, you're nobody. Then there is the stress you have of making money. Our capitalistic world, you know, everything is about what you have. It's not who you are. I mean, we value people for what they have. It creates a lot of stress. Then especially girls of your age, boys also, more and more boys as well, but especially girls, they also have this tremendous beauty issues. Not all of you, I'm not pinpointing anybody, but our society demands that you're pretty, and everything is made by being pretty. And if you're ugly, which is of course relative, then you're less worth. It has even to do with skin color and stuff, you know. People, if the whiter you are, the more likely you're going to be hired. I mean, this creates a lot of psychological stress, and this is completely wrong, you know. Ethnicity, discrimination issues, sexual discrimination things. I mean, our society is very hard, and all of you're very young, and I think in this course we're going to address several of those issues through the course, how society affects our health and how society makes it difficult for us, okay? And it's important to do this because you have to realize that beauty is not the most important thing in the world. Grades is not the most important thing of the world. The amount of money you have, or the amount of things you buy, or the kind of clothes you have, or the car you drive is not the most important thing in the world. I mean, we're going to see what really matters in the end, okay? Okay, so today let's have a look at the course overview, and we're going to do a small introduction. So it's just a little bit informative today. Things will be a little bit like, they will not be really different, but Canvas is organized a little bit different, okay? I'm going to show you. You know Canvas really well by now. So you're group 6, everything is here more or less the same. I already told you I mean, you know that modules is really, for me, the most important link you have to click, because there's everything coming together. This is not visual for you, exams. You can only see exams, but you see that you will have a quiz for each module: first partial, second partial, and final partial, okay? Final exam. We will go there in a moment. So how is the course divided right now? Core activity you will also have, but we will come back to that a little bit later. So our course is divided in modules, okay? Module, health and sickness. This is a module that will take 2 weeks, week 1, week 2. Then we go to module 2, body organization and protection and movement systems. This will be also 3 weeks, okay? Week 3, 4, and 5. And then we go to module 3, assimilation, transport, and disposal systems, week 6, 7, and 8. And 9. So this is going to take 4 weeks, because we have digestive, respiratory, circulatory, and urinary system. And then we go to module 4, which is control, integration, and reproductive systems, which is week 10, integration system, nervous system. It's a difficult system, but I like it. Endocrine system, it's hormones. So it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, reproductive systems. And then the end of the health and society course. So week 13 is the end, more or less, where we will do everything. It's 1 week to do a roundup. So let's go back to the beginning. How is it divided now? It's a little bit different because you see here, module 1, you can see it take 2 weeks, okay? In week 1, we will do this. In week 2, we will do this, okay? But you have also module 1, health and sickness. And then we have an introduction, a lab, and an integrative activity, okay? So these 2 things are things that you will have to do in group or on your own, okay? They will not be dealt with in the class, and you always have the whole module the time to do this. So you see here, the lab is until the 24th of January, which is a Sunday. So it's after week 2, the Sunday after week 2. And the integrative activity is like, it's like a tarea, it's like a homework, let's say. Which takes all that we did in the week to that you practice for yourself if you understand all the concepts. That's also you do something you will do on your own. It's very important, these integrative activities, because these integrative activities, they are not just option multiple. What I really like about this is that it's designed in such a way that if I do preview, is that they're a little bit open questions. So for me, it's really important because you will have to write down a little bit what you think about all of this, okay? So you're gonna write down, and I think this is super important because you learn way more. I will see way better if you understand something by giving a little explanation right here than when you just click the correct or the wrong answer. Moreover, it's really nice because I will see if you did it yourself or not. This is not so long. You see, it's only 4 questions, and you have to see the images, and you have to write down what you think about it and analyze it a little bit. And they're really good because you analyze and you learn and you write down what you processed. So for me, they're very, very important, these integrative activities, because they really show me if you understand or not. And also for you, it's a very good recap of everything we do, okay? This is something that you can do in group. In this case, it's in group. You can also do it on your own, but it's not something that that we will do in class, okay? So that are the 2 things that you have to do, the lab and the integrative activity, okay? The lab is also really nice. It's also in group, so you click on it and you just execute what it says. It's like a digital lab, so you have to check this. The lab, you're going to do it next week because it's a little bit about prevention of diseases and cells of the immune system, which is the content of next week. So I would not do this week, but if you want, you can already have a look at it. Okay. Okay. Any questions about this so far? How Canvas will be designed this this semester? So you have the module with the things that you do on your own, the lab and the integrative activity. So the integrative activity is like a homework. And then in the week, you will have the review activity, which is basically quizzes, okay? They count for quizzes. So we have the presentation, a quiz, the presentation, the quiz in week 1, okay? So this we will do tomorrow, and this we will do on Friday, and then you do a quiz about it on the next class, in fact, okay? And then week 2, we have the body defense and immunity, which is a bit complicated. But it's important because immune system is important for all the systems we have. And it's important that you understand a little bit how our body is able to fight diseases. I really like immunology, but it's complex, and because we have so many different cells, and our immune system is one of the most complex systems in our body, but we're going to see the basics of it. Okay, any questions so far? No? Okay, that's perfect. So what I want to do then is just start with our introduction for this first module, which is called health and sickness. Okay, So to do that, we first gonna see two little videos about it, okay? So I'm just gonna see one video and to start with, and then we see the second one.
What is health? A useful definition comes from the World Health Organization. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Wellness refers to the presence of positive attributes in one's life: well-being, quality of life, happiness, and satisfaction. Illness is a person's subjective experience of feeling unwell. A sickness is a socially and culturally defined entity. Finally, a disease is the pathologic process going on in the body. For example, a person experiences chest pain. This is their illness. They fear a heart attack, a sickness, which causes them to seek help. The doctor explains to the patient that he has pericarditis, a disease. So, what determines how healthy someone is? The determinants of health include genetics and biology, but they also include social factors. Many of these social determinants of health are as important as physical factors like smoking status, blood pressure, and exercise. They include income, social support networks, education, and social exclusion, for example. Why do these social factors matter so much? The common theme is stress. When income is low, employment opportunities are few, and social support networks are limited, people have difficulty meeting their basic needs and have uncertainty about their future. This chronic stress takes a toll on the body, contributing to many chronic diseases, and may also lead to unhealthy coping behaviors. So, when talking to your patients, consider their social context. Factor it into your clinical decision-making. And remember that health is more than just being disease-free and means different things to different people.
Mister, you are muted.
So that's our first video, guys. I would like to hear your comments, please, because it's really important that from the beginning you understand what illness is, okay, and that you understand what sickness is, and that it's not just like I have the flu, or I have cancer, or I have an infection of something. It's way more complex, and that's what this video shows. You know that. Nowadays, we really have to define what is the difference between health and disease. And health is a state of being in which that you're free of disease and that you're also mentally okay. And disease can be caused by many things. So who can discuss me a little bit about the stress factors that causes illness?
Like I used to get stressed out a lot when I was in middle school, and it got to the point where I got a colitis. What is it? Well, it's like they told me it's derived from stress. And
colitis is your intestines. They have small around it, and they do peristalsis. And colitis is that you get spasms in spasms in your intestines, and they create cramps, which can be very, very painful. It can even cause diarrhea.
Yeah, and they gave me, I don't remember what medicine, and I had to do a diet for like 2 months or 3, and then I got better. And then I went to therapy and didn't stress out as much, and I'm good now.
Okay, thanks for sharing, Emilio. And I think therapy is a great thing to do that, because we live all with a lot of stress. And in fact, if we learn to cope with stress, for instance, you could be very stressed out by being in Tec de Monterrey and having so much homeworks to do, but you can deal with stress. How you can deal with stress is by seeing what is the cause of stress, okay? And for instance, if you have a lot of things to do, a lot can be fixed by learning to organize yourself. Because I give myself as an example. When I was in university, I was looking at the amount of things I had to do, papers to write, laboratories to make, research to do. And my amount of stress came mainly from the fact that I was doing things completely wrong. I would work like 1 hour on one thing and then half an hour on another thing and then back to the other thing because it was urgent. But you lose so much time by doing that. You really have to say like, okay, I'm going to focus maximum on two things. And then you see that you advance and then the pile of work goes down. So it's just a small example of how stress to get rid, because to get rid of stress, because when I started to organize myself a little bit better and not try to do everything at the same time and just say, no, today it's for immunology and it's for genetics. And then tomorrow I see about the laboratories that I have to do for microbiology or stuff, then I was able to achieve way more. And that's also something you have to do. That's in fact valid for everybody. Yeah? It's impossible for you to do in after your classes. I'm going to do mathematics, I'm going to do language, I'm going to do biology, I'm going to do history all at the same time. It doesn't work like that. It takes a while for your mind to adapt and to be into the matter in order to productive about a certain thing. Okay, so anybody else wants to tell something about this? Because stress is indeed something that affects you all. You can say, I don't care about stress, I have never stressed. I don't believe you. We all have stress about certain things. And it's important that we all realize that we have to deal with this stress. And we are all very different. Some people, they are naturally stressed out about everything. And there are other ones that can deal a little bit better with it. But that's what we first have to recognize, is what is our level of stress in order to deal with it as good as we can. Okay. Ana Sofia, how are you with your stress? I'm just gonna point somebody because
I usually don't stress a lot. I like to organize myself. And for example, in first semester, I kind of stressed because I was not used to the kind of works and projects of my stress. Like I didn't have like colitis or something like that, because I don't know, I think I managed it in a better way.
Mm-hmm. Gustavo, how is your stress?
I think, I believe I handle it pretty well, although sometimes it gets out of hand.
Mm-hmm. And what do you do when it gets out of hand?
When it gets a little bit, let's say, out of control, I try to calm down. I leave all the things and I just focus on breathing in, breathing out.
Mm-hmm. Great. Emilio, you want to say something?
Yes, Mr. So stress is produced by the social and physical factors.
Yeah, and stress is very individual. You could be a very stressful person naturally, or you could be less stressful about certain things. But stress can come from a lot of things, Emilio. It can come, for instance, from an unstable family, or stress could be unconscious even. For instance, if you don't have a good relation with your mother, I'm just saying an example. No, this could create stress that you're not even aware of. What also creates a lot of stress in younger people is how you look. Okay, because our society is unfortunately very much focused on how you look and how cool you are and how your clothes are and stuff. Especially in prepa, it's very striking. In fact, it's even in Europe, it's also like that. But you notice that those tendencies, you know. I mean, there is always the cool girl and the popular boy and the less popular boy and the less popular girl. I mean, think about those people that you know of that they're possibly less popular than you are. They are very stressful about this, you know, because they do an effort to fit in, and they possibly don't have the money to buy the shoes that you wear, because you notice that in prepa, no? I sometimes make the joke with my students because I look at the shoes, and then 2 years ago, it was super popular to have the white shoes with the green stripes. There were like at least 7 people with 7 girls with, and boys also with the white shoes with, I think it's Adidas, that everybody was having those same shoes and then the same sport trousers. I mean, it's funny. It's just to be popular, you know, and to reduce the level of stress. The other stress comes, of course, from your family status. Other stress can come from your parents. I don't know your parents, but there are parents that cause a lot of stress. For instance, you could have a father that says, yeah, if you don't have 90% in everything, you will be punished for everything. I know students like this, you know, that the parents, they create enormous amount of stress for them because they want you to be the best at everything, and it's impossible. You cannot be the best at everything, okay? And I had, in fact, several students that had serious problems with their parents because they were pushing them too much to be the best at everything. And the student at a certain point just breaks, you know, because you cannot be the best at everything. You just have to be as good as you can possibly be. And also, even if you're the best at everything, it's not a guarantee that you're going to have a great job, you know. I mean, these two complete different things. It's of course a great help, but it's not everything. And certain parents, they don't understand this, you know, that instead of pushing the son of the daughter that much, that they also have to see what they're good at, what their talents are. I mean, you could say like, "Hi, Valentina, you have to have 95 for everything, and if not, you can never go out anymore in your life." But maybe your talent is singing, and you would be like a great singer, but there is no course of singing. So maybe you have bad grades, but you would be the next Adele or something. I'm just inventing something, but that's my point, you know. I think you have to be open as a parent to see what you like as a person and what you're good at, and not only grades, okay? That's important. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the next introduction video, which is about human defense against pathogens. This is for next week, but I want to show you the introduction video already so that you have a good idea what this module will be about, okay? It has 2 parts, health and disease this week, and then next week, how we fight against those diseases, okay? So let's have a look at this, guys.
Pathogens, pathogens, pathogens. Those nasty disease-causing microorganisms. Luckily, our body is made to fight, and has lots of defense mechanisms against these nasty invaders. In this video, we are going to look at some of the defenses our body has to protect us against disease. Let's start with our biggest organ. Which organ do you think that is? The liver, brain, lungs, heart, skin? Pause the video and have a think. Our biggest organ is, in fact, our skin. The skin covers the whole body, protecting our insides from physical damage, microbe-infection and dehydration. The skin acts as a physical barrier, which is difficult for microbes to penetrate. But that's not all. The sebaceous glands on our skin secrete acids, which make the skin acidic and prevents the growth of pathogens. So our skin does a great job. But what about the pathogens entering through our nose, mouth or eyes? Tears, mucus and saliva all contain lysozyme enzyme that breaks down the cell walls of many bacteria. Our respiratory system has many lines of defense, as well as the enzymes. Firstly, nasal hair keeps out dust and larger organisms, and then for the sneakier microbes that get through, there's a sticky mucus which traps them, and little hairs called cilia to sweep out the dirty mucus. Fall over and cut yourself? Luckily, our blood has its own defense mechanisms, preventing the wound from becoming infected. The blood contains platelets and fibrin, which cause the blood to clot and form a scab. You can learn more about this in our video on blood clotting. And don't you worry about swallowing pathogens. The hydrochloric acid in our stomachs is really strong and kills most of the harmful microorganisms that might be in our food and drink. Our defense doesn't stop there either. Friendly bacteria in our intestines stops other harmful bacteria taking over. If pathogens do get past our physical barriers, which is known as a general defense system, our second line of defense takes over. And this system is pretty feisty. It includes our white blood cells. Some of the white blood cells are called neutrophils, which hunt down, kill, and ingest pathogens. Other white blood cells produce antibodies, which destroy particular pathogens. You can learn more about this on our video on white blood cells. So there you have it, our defense system. It usually does a great job of keeping us safe and healthy, and when our defense system fails, modern medicine is there to help us out.
So, Soju, can you tell me, please, what do you like the most in your life? What is your biggest favorite thing to do?
To sleep.
Sleep, okay, that's nice. Ivan, what do you like?
Hang out with my friends.
Okay. Carlos?
Sleep.
Sleep also. Okay. Sleeping is nice. I agree.
Yeah, it's nice.
Andrea, what is for you the most important thing in your life? For you, what do you value the most?
My family and my friends.
Okay, family and friends. Leonela, and you, what is for you really something that you say this is really, really important for me?
My family and my friends.
Okay. Isabella Trussell, for you?
Probably the same.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised. Vanessa, for you, what is so important for you that you say, really, I cannot without this? I cannot do without this. It's very, very important for me.
My family.
Sorry?
My family.
Your parents? Okay. Luis, for you?
The people who I love.
Yeah, for me too, very important. Ana Sofia, Roman, what's for you really, really important?
Probably people I love, family, friends, my dog, and everybody being healthy within that circle of people I care about.
There you go. We're going in the good direction, guys. I mean, I love your answers. I think you all have very important answers, but you're all wrong. All of you are wrong. The most important thing for you is your health, guys, your own health, okay? Because everything else stops when your health is not okay. Okay, realize that for a second. Have you ever been really ill? It feels horrible. It feels horrible. If you're really ill, so ill that you sometimes think, I wish I wasn't here or whatever. Being ill, it's the worst thing there is. Vomiting, headache, feeling terrible. Really, the most important thing for us, all of us, is our own health. Because if we are not healthy, our body and our mind, all the rest doesn't matter. I mean, many people say my family is important. Yeah, but if you're not healthy, you're just a burden for your family, you know? I mean, you can only enjoy your family when you're healthy. You can only do stuff with your friends when you're healthy. You can only make money and do fun stuff when you're healthy. So please, it's take that into your mind, that your health is really, really the most important thing. And that's why this course is the most important course of all your prepa, I would say, because your health is going to be always there. All your life, you have to take care of it. And if you pay well attention in this course, I'm going to teach you about each system and about everything, how you can live a very healthy life, okay? And that's very important. And even if you do all the efforts and all the things that I tell you, you're not going to be guaranteed that you're not going to touch illness in ever. I mean, the statistics are terrible. especially in Mexico. I really don't want to insult our country. I say our country because I feel a little bit Mexican already. But we are really the bad student of the class, guys. I mean, Mexico, it's terrible. If you see the health of the population, we have a sick country, and not because of coronavirus. We had a sick country before coronavirus. We have a sick country because of what people eat, okay? And we go there in the next systems. I will tell you why we have a sick country. It's because in Mexico, 1 in 3 people will die of diabetes, coronary heart disease, other cardiovascular related diseases, cancer, all these kind of things. And the big evil thing in Mexico, what is that, guys? Please tell me, you know this, right?
Obesity.
Yeah,
Obesity.
Obesity, it's what we eat. Okay, we will go there into the digestive system, but that's a little bit the idea I wanted to end with for this course, is your health should be the most important. And that's why I don't want to be pretentious or anything, but this course is for me and should be for you the most important course, because we're gonna learn how to be healthy, and what you learn, it will be useful for the rest of your life. It doesn't matter what kind of job you will do, because if you're healthy, you can be the best person you possibly can be for your family, for your friends. If you're healthy, you can do all the stuff, the fun stuff you like to do. But from the moment that that you're unhealthy, this all goes away. And guys, you think of me possibly that I'm really old, but I'm not. I'm just not so old yet. I mean, it's like this. I remember it goes in a finger snip that all of a sudden you're a teacher and you're teaching to some students like you, and I still feel like it's like 5 years ago that I was in your place. Okay, so it goes really fast. But why do I tell you this? It's because when I was your age, I was fortunate because there were few people that died in my life. It was like a bisabuela who died, but it was expected. She had a nice life. It's okay. But now I'm 37, and in the last years, people start dying around me, and it hurts. Even young people with cancer, obesity, diabetes, accidents. I don't know if you heard this summer what happened about Marcelo and his father. There were 2 people that went to San Luis Potosí, and they fell off the waterfall because there was all of a sudden like a lot of rain coming, and they were flushed away. Well, they were my friends. It was very painful. But I realize right now that when you get older, that you become to value health way more than we ever did before. Because when you're young, you go out, you start drinking, maybe some of you want to smoke, you do crazy stuff. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it, because you see people with health issues, and you see how painful it can get. And possibly some of you have been already confronted with these issues. Okay, so that's a little bit what I wanted to tell you, that I hope you can take, that you take the best of our course, and that we will learn a lot about this, and that you will learn to be as healthy as you possibly can, because the healthier you are, the happier you will be. Okay, so we see each other tomorrow, guys, and I wish you a very happy day. And then tomorrow we continue with the content a little bit more into depth about what is health and disease. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Bye.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Bye, Mr.
Bye, teacher. Glad to be back. See you.
Okay.